This is from the wisdom of the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak. Once the first Rebbe of Chabad, right? We have a picture of him. So he lived about 250 years ago. He wrote the Tanya and he had a Shulchan Aruch that he wrote, a book of law that he wrote, and he was the one who originated Chabad Hasidut. One time he came out of his room and he heard his wife saying to several women, "My husband says like this. My husband says," but in Yiddish, when a woman refers to her husband, she doesn't necessarily say "my husband." She says "mine." Mine says my is mine. So she said "mine zocht." My husband says, but he said "mine husband." In other words, it's mine. The Rebbe said, he thought to himself, with one mitzvah, the mitzvah of getting married, said, "I am yours." In other words, the Alter Rebbe's wife said, "My husband he's mine. In other words, so to speak, my possession." So I did one mitzvah with my wife. We got married, and I become hers. How many mitzvahs I'm doing for God? If so, I really belong to God. With these words, he fell in deep thought. When he came out of this deep thought, he said, "Go out and see." It's a sentence in the Psalm of Psalms. Go out and see. Go out and see. Go outside of yourself. Go outside of your way of looking at the world, and then you'll see godliness. And it comes from that same sentence, the daughters of Zion. The daughters of Zion, we are the daughters. This is Malchut arousing Zeranpin. Daughters, that's the Jewish people. We're called the daughters of God. That's the aspect of Malchut. And Zion is the emotions of God. Kabbalistic. We arouse God. The future will bring about the fulfillment of Eshet Chayil Ateret Bala. The future will see how precious the physical world is to arouse God. How amazing is the Jewish people in the world. We arouse God. The physical world, the lowest, becomes suddenly the highest. Says the Alter Rebbe's wife, she aroused him to start thinking about the essence of God. And the same thing is by us, by doing a commandment. Every time we do a commandment, which the commandments are very simple things, anybody can do it. Right? A commandment, no, you don't have to have any special talent to do a commandment. Right? It says that arouses the essence of God. Even more, it makes us God's possession, so to speak. And it makes God our possession. Right? The Rebbe's wife was married to him. She called the Rebbe my husband, mine. If so, God becomes ours by doing hundreds of commandments. She just did one commandment, getting married. We do hundreds of commandments. How much more so God becomes ours? We arouse the essence of God to come down and revealed in the world. That's the importance of the commandments. That's today. Now we have Shabbos. It says in Mount Sinai, Vayara Am Vayanu'u. It says the people saw godliness and they moved. Vayanu'u. It says when a person sees godliness, he starts to move. Just seeing God from far, it makes a movement showing vitality in life. When a person sees God, it's supposed to make you, how do you say, vitality, alive, dynamic. You want to do more. You want to do more good in the world, to think more good, to not be impeded by bad things, to get into anger, into depression, into this, which neutralize you. And seeing God makes a person more alive. Makes a person more alive. Like it was in Mount Sinai. They saw God and made them alive. Good. Now, stopping the share.